have to go through that. I mean, let me just say this to you fans who do that and condemn people and do those weird, ridiculous things. Nobody at your job does that to you when you move on to a new job. When you leave your job and you go and get a better job, nobody ever does that to you. So why do you do that to NBA players?
Yeah,
he's trying to advance his career.
They're workers like a normal guy who has a normal job. You leave your job to get a better opportunity at another job to be more successful. That's what LeBron did. That's what Dwight Howard tried to do. And they left their old job, their old team, to go to another job, another team, and to be more successful and make more money, be more known globally, which is NBA is becoming a global league, and I don't think it's right. And fans these days are just so fair weather. You see in sports, you see people already burning Colin Kaepernick jerseys of the 49ers.
That's nonsense. If
you're burning his jersey, you were praising the Niners and him 9 weeks ago when he was getting that contract extension. He has one pretty bad game against Oakland, and you're burning his jersey?
I know. I think fans, especially in the social media age, and now, people are trying to be more extreme when it comes to burning other jerseys. I don't get it. I don't get why people would do that. And people forget that an athlete is totally different from any other profession. I mean, some NBA players only stay in the league for 3 years. Mm-hmm. These guys are trying to maximize as much as they can when it comes to money. I mean, they only have a short window to make money. You look at Kevin Durant, he could make a lot of money in a 5-year stretch, but then make nothing or hardly anything after that. I mean, it's important that these players try to maximize as much money as possible so that when their job is over, they can stay stable and, keep their money and stay stable. I mean, that's the point. I mean, they're trying to maximize and trying to earn as much money as they can and have success in the league.
Yeah, a classy franchise who didn't really go, who went about it the right way was the Timberwolves. They knew Love wanted out. They knew he was basically already at the exit door, and you weren't seeing. I mean, probably a few, but I didn't really hear about many cases of people burning Kevin Love jerseys, even though because he gave his all to the Timberwolves. They continuously never surrounded him with the talent, similar to what LeBron's case in Cleveland the first time around. And a matter of time is you can't. I mean, GMs, they're praised when they do the right thing, but as a GM, you can't. I don't think you can't go more than like a few years of just not making a team better. I mean, tanking's a thing, like we obviously see in Philadelphia.
You really believe that?
You don't believe that the Philadelphia 76ers are tanking?
Okay, I'll say this. The players are playing hard, but I would agree with anybody who says that the GM and management at the top is not putting a good team together. But I do think the players are playing hard. There's a difference.
Yeah, Kobe. I think that's what Kobe or Jeannie Buss. I think it was Kobe who said it's the players aren't tanking, but definitely not. The players are playing hard. Their team's just not that talented.
Yeah, I just don't like it when people say that players are not playing hard. Like, come on. Those people who sit on their couch, you've never played 1 minute in the NBA, so you have no idea what the difference is between playing hard and not playing hard in the NBA. So, I don't think it's fair to ever question a player's effort.
And 4 or 5 years from now, 76ers could be a playoff team.
Yeah, they could.
They could be pulling an OKC and building through the drafts.
Yes.
OKC did with Durant, Westbrook, Harden, and Ibaka, and then slowly work your way up. OKC first round lost, maybe back second round lost, and then by 3 years they're in the finals. 3 years after
Exactly.
first making the playoffs.
Exactly. I want to go back to the point, and you said that like Kobe gets a lot of criticism. I agree with that. LeBron does too. Same with Durant. Why do you think Michael Jordan gets less criticism? Do you think he manipulates the media? Because I've heard of that. I've heard of stories where he's manipulated the media. Do you see that? And that's kind of the overall perception because he somehow manipulates a positive and creates a positive image for himself?
Well, as in like manipulates, like he doesn't do any what do you mean by?
What, like, he always, and I see this too, he constantly reminds people that he is the greatest of all time, which there will never be a fact on who is technically the greatest of all time. It's an opinionated statement. But now we live in an era where we automatically assume it's a fact when it isn't. It's an opinion. And Jordan has constantly reminded people in interviews that he is the best, and he constantly tells everybody else. He always says it's all these young kids. These young kids, they're not as good as our era. He always uses that card. I mean, sorry, LeBron wasn't born the same year you were. That's not his fault. It's not Kobe's fault for not being born the same time you were. So stop playing that card, Michael, because you may not even be better than Russell. You may not even be better than Oscar Robertson. We may never know. That's just what I see. Do you see that?
Yeah, you can't use era as an excuse. Like NBA, it's different between now and what it was back in the late 80s, all of the 90s. So yeah, we'll never know. It's always going to be opinion based to a degree, and like we don't know what LeBron will do in 4 years. We don't know. LeBron could go down as the greatest player ever. It could be Kobe. There's always going to be a debate.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you in the Michael part that he does like to manipulate the media. And recently you've seen Kobe. He's been very humble about it.
Yeah.
He hasn't said he's the greatest ever, yada, yada. He's been saying it's an honor to be in the same category as Michael. But Michael doesn't show that same humility the other way.
Exactly. I see the exact same thing.
Facing today's NBA.
I totally agree with you there. I think, and I feel like both Kobe and LeBron, they're kind of intimidated by Jordan because he's such a powerful person in media and just pop culture that if, LeBron or Kobe, if they both said, yeah, we are the best, Jordan would somehow say, oh, they just need to shut up, He would say something like that, and it would really hurt some feelings. So I'm proud with LeBron and Kobe's humility, as well as Kevin Durant too, when it comes to who is the greatest of all time discussion. So, is there anything you want to say? Any shout outs before we head on out here on Spreaker.com?
Nope.
None? I got one shout out, and it's to the Orange County Nova Stars, ABA basketball.
Who?
Everybody look this up. Orange County Nova Stars, ABA basketball. I found ABA basketball on Facebook somehow, and somebody had talked about it. So I'm like, what? I mean, that was the league Dr. J played in. Are they still playing in that same league? And I go research, and they have 80 teams in the league.
Around the country?
Around the country and around the world.
Wow.
They have a team in Japan, too. And I'm like, okay, let's see if there's a team in Orange County I could announce for. So I go and I find the Orange County Nova Stars. I've been announcing for them. I'm going to do a game for them on Sunday. My radio broadcasts have been on their website, and they've been very nice. And there's some very entertaining players. Keith Kloss, the former LA Clipper, he's on the Nova Stars. And if any of you know if any of you know Antoine Tanner, he is a actor. He was in Coach Carter, the movie, and One Tree Hill. It was a show on CW. So Antoine Tanner, if some of you know him, and then Keith Kloss, former NBA player. So, Keith Kloss, he may be up there in age, but he looks like Magic Johnson at 7'2". He's throwing no-look passes, putting on a show. It's great basketball. So check out the Nova Stars. ABA basketball is great. So 2 o'clock here on Sunday National Sports, you can see Nova Star basketball. Thanks.
Is it fun?
Oh, yeah, it is. High scoring, and they have different rules. Like, if you shoot a shot behind half court, it's 4 points. Or
what? They don't shoot that many behind half court, do they?
No, they don't. But there's a 3D rule, so if a team turns it over, like if they throw it out of bounds and nobody touches it, a 3D light comes on. And let's say if you score a 2-point shot, it adds 1 more point. So it'd be 3 points. So you could get, in one possession, you could get 5 points in one play. If you knock down a 3, get an and 1 with the 3D light on, and knock down a free throw, you could get 5 points. So it's high-scoring basketball. Really,
that's different.
Yeah.
Was it harder for when you first started watching it to adjust to it?
Yeah, it's really tough to announce. The first game, I had no idea who was on the other team in the first quarter, and then I was okay after that. Second game, I had some audio issues, and the third game, it should be the charm, and hopefully it will go smoothly this time. So,
wow, I've never heard of that. I've heard of it, but I didn't even know it was making a comeback, or has it been? Were there any former NBA players besides, you said, was it Antoine Tanner, or he's the actor?
Antoine Tanner's the actor. He's super entertaining. He throws up threes without even looking at the rim sometimes. But he has the green light. I love Antoine Tanner. But
so he's good.
Yeah, Keith Kloss, former LA Clipper. I think Doug Christie, the former Sacramento Kings guard, he plays, I think, for the LA Slam. And the LA Slam, they're a great ABA team. They play in the Drew League too. The Nova Stars, they play in the Drew League too. That's actually how the Nova Stars got started, in the Drew League. They were the first team to win in the Drew League without an NBA player.
Really?
Yeah, so the Nova Stars, really, really good franchise. And Antoine Tanner is a part owner, and he plays on the floor too.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very interesting over there. Thanks, everybody. In the Paint, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. We really appreciate all of you listening every single day here on Spreaker.com, and we will see you next time here on In the Paint. Thanks, everyone.